Hey, hi Ballard Church. My name is Emily. I'm our kids director here, and this is
Brooklyn.
Hi Brooklyn. We are going to be coming at you with some great kids content, some easy, simple stories and questions and things that you can do from the comfort of your home. And before we get started with that, I want to share a couple resources with you that you're going to see us using. So the first one is what we use primarily in our preschool kindergarten classroom. This is the God's Story for Me Bible. Thanks, Brooklyn. It's got lots of great stories from both the Old and New Testament, lots of pictures. Should we turn the page one more?
Hello, cuckoo.
Lots of great pictures. This is available on Amazon. It is not that expensive. This is a great resource that we use at home also. The other one is the Read and Learn Bible. It's got a little bit more words, a little less pictures, so it's great for kids who are maybe kindergarten or even a little bit older. And again, lots of stories from the Old and New Testament. And then lastly, the NIV Adventure Bible. So this is the full Bible, Old and New Testament, all 66 books. It has some really great study application stuff for older kids in here. This is what we use in our elementary age classroom. And we do have several of these in stock at our church. So if you don't have a Bible and you want one, just send me an email, emily@ballardchurch.com, and we will get one out to you guys. So for today, yes, Brooklyn was reminding me to show you guys the pictures. Today we're going to read the story of Gideon's army from the Read and Learn Bible. And then we'll go through some questions that you can go through with your families at home. Ready? Okay. Some Israelites had settled in a valley that was good for farming, but they had to share the land with wandering tribes who moved in with their tents and herds of cattle and sheep. Once again, the Israelites found themselves in trouble because they had turned from God. The wandering tribes robbed the Israelites and drove them out of their villages. The Israelites had to live in caves in the mountains. Once again, they called to God for help. God chose a new leader for his people. Gideon was a farmer. God came to him and said, "I am giving you the power to save Israel." "But how can I save Israel?" Gideon asked. "I'm not an important man." "I will help you," God told him. Gideon was not sure he was actually talking with the God of Israel, but finally he believed, and before long, Gideon had an army of 1,000 men. So there's Gideon believing in the Lord. "You don't need this many soldiers," God told him. "I'll test them and tell you which ones can go with you." God told Gideon to take the men down to the spring and ask them to take a drink. Most of them got down on their knees to drink, but 300 of them scooped up water in their hands and lapped it up with their tongues, as dogs do. So you can see, there they are at the spring. This showed that the men were alert and ready for anything. These were the men that Gideon was to choose for his army. It would be 300 against many thousands. At night, Gideon's army surrounded the enemy camp. Gideon gave each man a trumpet and a large clay jar with a burning torch inside. At his signal, the men broke the jars, and then they blew their horns. The light from the 300 torches and the noise from the breaking jars and the 300 trumpets scared the enemies. They ran off in all directions, and they never came back. As long as Gideon was their leader, the people of Israel lived in peace. What a great story. So I've got some questions you can go through at home, and we'll also be sending these out through email so you can have them. So these are a few questions you can ask your kids. Why were God's people hiding? What were they doing? Who did God's people ask for help? When God told Gideon to help save God's people, was Gideon scared at first? And what did he do when he was scared? And then how did God help Gideon take action against the Midianites? So one thing you can remind your kids as we're wrapping up is when we're afraid, we don't have to hide our fears because God is with us. Instead, we can take action because God provides all the protection we need, and he'll help us. And that's what we can remember today, is that we can bust fear by taking action. Can you say that? Bust fear by taking action.
Bust fear by taking action.
That's right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. Bye-bye.